Hey, what's up, guys? Welcome back. It's another episode of the Daily Crypto News, which is always myself, Vibin. Got my brother with me, Mr. Scott Tripp, aka the Crypto Beast. As you guys also know, we kind of like to get together throughout the day, jump into some crypto headlines, bring them to your attention, and see what you guys think about them. As always, make sure you like, comment, or subscribe down below. Let us know how we're doing. But before we, like we do every day before we jump into the news, we like to get a little bit of the market sentiment. So we like to go over to the Crypto Beast, allow him to introduce himself, and also give us the daily market sentiment by looking at some of the things on social media, as well as things that's going on in the headlines. So without further ado, Mr. Crypto Beast, take over.
Hey guys, I mean, you got to feel semi-bullish with the states releasing their executive order today, and Joe Biden saying that he's not going to be banning Bitcoin was a huge thing because people always FUD and say stuff that isn't true and make it worse than it actually is and create a lot of drama when it comes to cryptocurrency. So it's nice to see him come out, say what he said, and then move on. Like, let's continuously do that because that's what these things are going to be, short, small events that people seem to drag out forever.
Yeah, I think it's one of those things that we pay attention to now, man. Like going forward, we see if I'm going to be watching to see if any new volume comes in. As we did see a pump since this morning, and I think Bitcoin's up around 10%. And we'll look at a little bit more later on in the show, but it's just one of those things that until that new volume comes in, I don't care who releases what order. I think it's just better just to wait. But I know a lot of people were speculating and waiting for this news to come out, but it was amazing news in the chart kind of showed that today. So without further ado, we'll jump right into the crypto news, guys. My first article today is going to be coming from Cointelegraph. Oh, nope, it's not coming from. It's coming from TheStreet.com. Janet Yellen inadvertently reveals content of Biden's crypto order. Yellen says Biden's orders for a coordinated and comprehensive approach to digital assets policy. So Treasury Secretary Janet Yellen on Wednesday praised Joe Biden's historic executive order on cryptocurrency. Among other things, Biden's order directs Treasury and other departments to come up with policy recommendations to address the implications of the growing digital asset sector and changes in financial market for consumers, investors, businesses, and equitable economic growth. So Biden's historic executive order calls for a coordinated and comprehensive approach to digital asset policy. Yellen said in a statement said in a statement, this approach will support responsible innovation that could result in sustainable benefits for the nation, consumers, and businesses. Yellen said that the order will also address risks related to illicit finance, protecting consumers and investors, and preventing threats to the financial system and broader economy. So this was pretty good news. I wanted to pick this article out because it kind of came out a little bit before the news actually came out with Biden addressing the nation and saying that, that they were just going to pretty much look into cryptos a little bit more and assign pretty much the different branches of the federal government to learn more about it and to come up with solutions that could better the people and keep the people safe. So, yeah, like you were saying earlier, Scott, this to me is just a little bit of semi-bullish news. You can't help but to think that, hey, as long as they're not trying to go at it heads on, then we're pretty much safe, right? So you're going to see a lot. We should see some new inflow coming in the next couple of days, at least from the states on my behalf. And I hope they start educating more people in the states about crypto.
I agree with you. My next article, I just got to get it popped up here and ready. Sorry about this. Just take 1 second. I'm going to pick this one first. Eeny, miny, mo. Catch a tiger by the toe. So DAO creation platform UpStream raises $12.5 million and launches publicly. The funding round was led by existing investor Bold Start Ventures with participation from IBEX investors, among many others. UpStream, a no-code platform where anyone can start and run a decentralized autonomous organization, announced a $12.5 million Series A funding round in the public launch of its UpStream collective platform. The funding round was led by existing investor Bold Start Ventures with participation from IBEX investors, Tiger Global, Vanier Fund, Fenbushi Capital, Panoramic Ventures, Alpaca VC, Human Ventures, Bloomberg Capital, and the Meta C Group, among others. The capital will scale UpStream's collectives. The platform offers the key element of a DAO, including treasury, voting, governance, token gating, and a wallet. Launched in beta in November, UpStream's collective has since amassed more than 2 million in assets, according to the company. UpStream is doing for DAOs what Squarespace and Wix did for websites and Shopify did for e-commerce, said Bullstart venture partner Elliot Durbin in the press release. By making it simple for anyone to launch a DAO, UpStream will open up Web3 to new audiences and power the future of decentralized community ownership. I'm just wondering what's going to be the implications behind opening up so many DAOs as well as it comes out. Like, I think, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it's one of those things, man. Like I know that a little bit earlier or latter part of last year, you got a little bit into the DAOs and brought DAOs out, and we started looking into them. And it's good to see that people are still building on the DAOs. I know they came out in 2017, didn't really work. I think that DAOs just present problems within themselves, but I love to see the people keep building and trying to come up with different strategies and different type of protocols to add to these DAOs. So I think what they're working on here seems pretty cool. I like it. It's, any news that's going to give people the freedom to create, I'm always a fan of. So I like that article. To jump into my next article today, guys, going to be coming from, I think, Cointelegraph. Yep. So Cointelegraph, Crypto.com gives users in excluded countries 1 week to repay loans. So Crypto.com is reportedly giving users from countries restricted from its loan program until March 15th to repay their crypto loans. The firm updated the list of restricted countries to include the US, the United Kingdom, and 38 others. Users from the European nations such as Germany, Switzerland, and UK have all shared emails from the company regarding the loan closure date. It's worth noting that some of these users who do not have crypto loans on the platform also receive the emails. So as you can see here, dear valued customer, please be informed that crypto credit is no longer supported in your jurisdiction. For this reason, we must cancel your current loans. Kindly take the steps to repay your loans by March 15th at 2 o'clock UTC. Outstanding loans and associated interest will be automatically repaid. We sincerely apologize for any inconvenience caused. If you have any problems or questions or concerns, please email us at contact@crypto.com. We're here to help. So according to the new policy, if the users fail to repay their loans by March 15th, their collateral will be sold and loans positions will close by the exchange. So Crypto.com didn't respond to Cointelegraph's request for comments at the time of the writing. The sudden policy change has left Crypto.com customers anguished and in disbelief, with many claiming that the exchange's recent splurge on advertisements and marketing has started to take a toll on its balance sheet. The exchange's aggressive marketing splurge over the past year raised many eyebrows, given the company, unlike many crypto unicorns, hasn't raised much capital from its investors. So it looks like the splurge in the marketing is starting to take a toll on the balance sheet. I have a fair amount of XRP for sure where my bags are, but this came from XRP Ninja, as you can see there. But this is a pretty cool article, Scott. I think it was funny though, because, right before Christmas and right before the holidays, Crypto.com has really started pushing their advertisement and really spending a lot of money. And the price did go up a little bit. And at that time, I had started questioning, like, what was this worth it? Like overall, $600 million, like could they did something that really benefit the community versus just trying to get some people's eyes or attention? And it's starting to sound like some of the things are starting to backfire a little bit. Them not being able to be available here in the US, that's going to be weird. Like if they take Crow out of the US or ban it here in the US, as far as away from the DeFi practices that they're used to, that's going to really do, I think, do a lot of harm to Crow. So I'm not sure what they have to do to conform to regulation or what they're having to what regulation they're trying to meet. But I hope they find a solution quick and get this worked out so people can continue to use the platform.
Well, the one thing that I think about this isn't about so much the money that they need. It's more about the regulation that they need to start following versus what they were following before. Because I think some of these countries just released certain regulation and stuff that's probably put a little bit of a hook in their Crypto.com's plans on how they wanted to do things. So yep. Give me 1 second. I'll send the next article here for you.
But I know a lot of people that's in the Crow. So I mean, I'm hoping that Crow, fixes their things here in the States, and we can go back to using our cards.
No doubt. And then my article is on YouTube. Detective exposes Jake Paul's alleged secret wallet for crypto scams. Is what Jake Paul doing illegal? That's for the courts to decide. It's morally reprehensible, though, and CoffeeZilla, YouTube's biggest pop detective, is on the case. In his latest video, he uncovers an alleged Jake Paul wallet that the influencer has allegedly used to cash out all of his paid promotions for crypto projects. Yep, he used the same wallet for all of them. A couple of weeks ago, he got sued in the SafeMoon class action suit for pump and dumping the coin, but to date, no one knows how much he got paid to do these promotional tweets. The secret wallet I uncovered shows a pattern of pump and dumping tokens in exchange for gifted tokens to Jake Paul. We said that before, and we'll say it again. Blockchain records everything and not a good medium for criminals. We're not sure if Jake Paul did is a crime at the present moment, though. What did he do? He got paid to promote several crypto projects, got his followers in to buy in, pumping the price and then dumping on them. The worst thing is, in CoffeeZilla's words, none of his promotions Jake Paul did were listed as ads. Both the Federal Trade Commission and the SEC might have a problem with that. But let's wait and see how they handle the situation. In the video above, Jake Paul screams to Yummy investors to push this shit, and we're not selling. Jake then sells a month later for $300K, the token he got for free for doing this promotion. So what are the crypto projects Jake Paul promoted according to CoffeeZilla? SafeMoon, he got 50 trillion for a tweet. That's a trillion with a T. Yummy, MILF, League of Sacred Devils, and Stick Dicks. It's worth noting that Stick Dick's Twitter account got hacked and now displays messages like Jake was being paid 55% of mint for promoting Stick Dicks and was on the team behind it. So that's incredible. The same thing though, like I understand what they're saying about Jake Paul, but can you really blame him for selling at the top? Like you were kind of mentioning, like.
Well, I don't even think it's selling at the top, right? Like, let's say that you have you're a dev, right? And I'm an influencer, and you come up to me and say, "Hey, look, bro, we want to pay you to do a tweet about our project, right?" And you say, "Hey, look, I'm gonna tweet. I want to pay you $500, but I don't have it in USDT. Do you mind if I pay you in my token?" And you can just cash it out, they're not wrong. These influencers are not wrong for taking payments in the respected token from the project and then selling it. I think that the team of these projects are way more irresponsible than the people that they're paying to do it. The team shouldn't be paying anybody out of their tokens because they know that it could potentially dump the price. So I just think it's one of the things that we got to pay attention to, especially with the influencers and things and stuff of that nature. So hope the best for him and hope the best for all the people and all the projects that might have got hurt. But jumping to my last one here today, Scott, we're going to go over to Bitcoin.com. And it's talking about the headline reads, Cake DeFi commits $100 million to Web3 and fintech development through its corporate venture arm. So the necessary innovation to make Web3 and decentralized gaming more accessible will come from the cryptocurrency industry. Numerous projects explore opportunities, and Cake DeFi wants to keep the momentum going. Through its $100 million Cake DeFi Ventures investment arm, the team will fund global startups focused on Web3 and gaming and fintech. Sorry. And it's intriguing. It is intriguing to see an established project like Cake DeFi exploring new ways to fund development of crucial industry verticals. The Singapore-based fintech platform makes decentralized finance products, services, and protocols more accessible to everyone, regardless of technical expertise. Entering the corporate venture space and committing $100 million in the right away is a significant change, yet also marks an exciting direction for the broader industry. Under the Cake DeFi Ventures banner, the team will invest in technological startups worldwide. Companies or groups working on the metaverse, Web3, esports, fintechs, NFTs, or gaming ventures can apply for funding from CDV. Projects deemed eligible for the funding will be shortlisted and reap the benefits from Cake DeFi's growing network of partners, resources, tools, users, and industry expertise. So as an extension of our multiple blockchain support and having built up an R&D arm with cryptography, deep tech capability, and specialization, investing in companies that bring synergies to Cake DeFi's core business will allow us to enhance our Web3 offerings. So I think this is pretty cool. I don't think anybody that's having success in crypto right now and shying away from the opportunity to build on Web3. And this is no different when we think about Cake. Cake's one of those things that if you look at on the chart, it may look like they've been struggling, but to be able to donate $100 million for the growth of their Web3 sector, this is just goes to show you guys that the prices don't matter currently. As long as these teams are committed to working, the funds will always be there. There's no such thing as a bear market for the correct team in this building.
I agree with that 100% too as well. And then my next article, I haven't changed it yet, but we'll change it quick here, is on this gentleman who, which is interesting. But Justin's son denies facing criminal charges in response to the Verge article. Tron founder Justin's son has vehemently denied multiple allegations against him published in the explosive Wednesday article by The Verge. Sun described the article as blatant defamation, threatening to pursue legal remedies. He also defended his Polynix exchange, touting its sterling reputation. After acquiring Polynix, Sun allegedly rushed to implement a fake Know Your Customer KYC system, which would rubber stamp any government IDs to approve new customers at a rapid pace. A former employee joked that he could greenlight a pic of Daffy Duck. Sun was allegedly involved in insider trading with a dedicated market maker to prop up the value of his cryptocurrency and manipulate the market. The article also accuses Sun of siphoning off 300 Bitcoin, roughly 12.5 million, that were accidentally deposited by Polynix customers to Tether Omni addresses. According to the expose, Sun referred to himself as Chairman Mao during a meeting with BitTorrent executives. A former employee told The Verge that Sun was breaking so many laws that it can be impossible to catch up with all of them. The Verge, which claims to have seen a subpoena saying that Sun is facing a slew of criminal charges, included wire fraud, money laundering, swindling, and aiding and abetting a crime. The list hasn't been finalized by the grand jury, according to the report. It is worth noting that the U.S. has extradition treaties with more than 100 countries, which is why Sun is unlikely to escape trial if the authorities do decide to indicate him. The FBI is reportedly spearheading the investigation against a controversial entrepreneur. Anonymous source cited by The Verge claims that a certain number of Sun's employees may be cooperating with the authorities.
Snitches get stitches.
Yeah, no doubt. I always used to say snitches end up in ditches, but that's even worse.
So yeah, this is really interesting to me, Scott. Like it's one of those things where you're gonna have people. This is a funny situation where you're trying to have these articles and people talking about like Jake Paul like potentially going to jail for crypto pump and dumps, and now they're talking about potentially Justin's son being involved in something that was a fraud. Guys, they're not going to jail because what did Biden just say today? They're just starting to hire people just to educate themselves on it, not to go out and arrest people. So I think there's still a little bit of time that's going to happen. I think these articles do stain the name of some of these bad, malicious characters. And if they do go to court, it'll probably get people to stop following such actors in the space, and it wouldn't be a bad thing even if they won or lost in court. I think just bringing attention to the problem is the half of the solution already. So just making people be more aware of these kind of actors is something that I think is good for the crypto space. As far as Justin goes, I think Justin's been here for a while. I think he's done a lot of good in the space, and I think he's learned to take advantage of other things in the space, and I don't think that's different from anybody that's been here for a while. So I'll be looking forward to seeing how these things end. I don't think this will be the last we hear about this or Jake Paul or SafeMoon. I think we haven't even really got into the movie part of it yet, but we'll see how this thing grows and continues to grow on. But without further ado, man, I've waited all day to get to this next part. I want to actually see what the prices are. I haven't looked at prices today. So we're about to head over to TradingView. Let's find out what's going on with the total crypto market cap, as well as some of the dominance factors that we like to take a look at. So right now, the total crypto market cap is at 1.79 trillion. Not really a big fan of the small chart on the total thing. But when we're looking at the 1 day candle here, this was a big candle. Got up here to the last area, tried to break through and got rejected down. We see that the selling pressure is coming off. So hopefully this creates some more buying pressure. If we can get some more buying pressure, I do expect some higher some higher lows, which will be really cool because we haven't had any in a while. Bitcoin dominance is tearing up. Good God, 44.8. So this is they're about to break through this last port of resistance that they were at last time. I do look for some rejection at 45. They come back down and keep playing in this 43 to 45% range. I don't think much is going to change there. And then if you think about Ethereum dominance, it's still going down. Scott, another indication to me that this is no real volume starting to come in, even with the news today that made it potentially bullish. I think you got a lot of whales in Bitcoin that can potentially put up big green candles and put up some big red ones right behind it. So we'll just keep paying attention here. I still think it's a good time to, still either be sidelined or start accumulating or dollar cost average in. I don't know. I don't think anybody could tell you the direction of the market right now. I still think it's a little bit early to tell. But as we see here, it's a lot of green on this on the charts today. Not a lot of things in red at all, and Luna, tearing up, and there's a lot of good things moving. So I'll stick to what we were saying earlier, Scott. I think this is a good time to start looking at the market. I think the news today probably put a couple of whales that were sidelined back into the game and put up some green counters today. But I still think that there's with the speculation and war and all that going on, I think there's still going to be a couple people still sidelined because of the uncertainty. But I think once that's done, Scott, I think we potentially start seeing another run here. But no financial advice, of course, guys. But as always, we appreciate you guys tuning in with us like you do every day. Hope to catch you back here again tomorrow. Excuse me. Hope to catch you guys here again tomorrow. But that's all I got today. Scott, you got anything for the people before we head out?
Just at this event right now, there was, I believe, another project that was just listed recently, or another event that's going on. There you go. Actually, we'll do this one. Luna, was that today that it went? Yeah. So I'm just going to show you this really quickly. Boop, boop. Luna USDT now available. Terra is a public blockchain protocol deploying a suite of algorithmic decentralized stablecoins. And the trading started. Available now, deposit available now, withdrawal the 10th of March 2022. With liquidity mining they're doing with Luna, highly suggest it. If it's something you would consider, definitely take a look at this event. So that's it. Other than that, enjoy your day, and we'll see you guys again tomorrow with our next update in the news.
All right, guys. Till tomorrow.
See you guys later.